Hey, sax players, this is a lick that, man, when I heard it the first time, I thought, oh, I want to learn that. And I love it. And if you learn this lick, it applies to a D major scale, it applies to kind of a B minor scale, and then a B blues. So there's a lot you can get out of this. Let's kind of look at it. First of all, let's just hear that lick again in our ears. So it's kind of got a funky feel to it. It's got a bluesy feel. You can use it in funk and blues, and in fact, you can use it wherever you want, wherever it fits. So to get really comfortable with all this, look at the B minor blues scale, the B blues that I've written out in the red notes. So if you can get really comfortable with those notes, then this lick becomes quite a bit easier. So really this, if you can just get used to a B blues scale, those notes that I have in red, those notes, if you get really comfortable with them going up and down, this lick is going to be much easier. And you can see how it uses an F natural and an F sharp in the same scale. And that's the first two notes of this lick. So when you're trying to use this lick in any key, I want you to know this. It's starting on, if you want to think in the key of D major, it's starting on a lowered third to the regular third, then to the fifth, back to the lowered third, the second, the first, to the second, dropping down to the sixth, back up to the first. By the way, and that lower note, what you see on the screen, that B, that can be ghosted. I almost have parentheses around it sometimes. So sometimes, instead of really nailing that note like this, like I ghost it. It's almost not even there. I mean, I didn't even play it at all. Let me try that again. It's almost just it's kind of there, but it's kind of imagined. And this is such a kind of cool, common lick. People hear it even though you don't play it. So it doesn't have to be there, but just get really comfortable with these notes, going forward and backwards, maybe doing fast pairs of notes like this. Then switch your fast pairs starting on the second note instead. And then maybe do triplets. Pineapple, pineapple, pineapple. Yeah. Oh, man, this lick is cool. All right, man. This lick can fit into jazz. It can fit into blues. It can be funky. Yeah, go for it. Learn this lick. And then the best thing you could do is learn this lick in another key. Whether you have to write it out, whether you have to take this, what you see on the screen, and transpose it to a different key, or whether you just do it all by ear, like instead of, you think of, so I just dropped it down a key. But if you just get one key down, figure it out, the best learning will come is if you transpose it to another key. Then maybe a third key. And by the time you do it in a second or third key, what happens is you start to understand the dynamics of lowered thirds and how that fits into the scale and this blues scale and the relationship of all these three things. I've shown D major on the screen and B minor and B blues, but really, if you just tackle one, thinking one at a time, then you can associate the other one with it and then ultimately associate that B blues scale with it and understand the intricacies of the lowered third, going to the major third, to the fifth, dropping down to the low sixth. So all that kind of comes into play. But don't think you have to do a lot. Just memorize the lick and start transposing it into another key, maybe play it to a backing track. So if I was you and you were in this key, you were using these notes, for me, I'm on tenor. So that means this would be an A minor blues. Okay, so if you're a tenor saxophone, you could play this A minor blues, all right? Now, if you're an alto saxophone and you play these exact notes, you would be in the key of D minor blues, which puts you in B minor, okay? So this is a B minor blues scale on the screen, and if tenor saxophones want to play it, type in a backing track of A minor blues, find it on YouTube, and alto saxophones, type in a backing track of D minor blues. D minor funk, whatever you want to put, and just start exploring and play that lick to it and just do it a lot, all right? Go have fun with that today. Remember, always practice smarter and not harder. And man, this is great. I love music. See you guys.